Did you know that roughly only 1 in 4 people who attempt to hike the Appalachian Trail will succeed? The Appalachian Trail Conservancy states the number of successful thru hikers has actually decreased in the past 2 years, despite the number of attempts almost tripling. So why do so many people fail? Illness and injury can account for some hikers giving up about halfway through, but most hikers won't even make it through the first month. Today I'm going to talk about some of the most common mistakes made when planning a thru hike and some helpful tips on how to properly prepare yourself for the Appalachian Trail. Now, the trail is about 2,200 miles long and it crosses through 14 states from Georgia to Maine. It takes on average 5 to 7 months to complete the trail, and preparation is extensive. In 2017, I decided I wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail, so I started researching for weeks on how to prepare. What kind of gear was essential? How much money did I need? What workout regimen was going to get my body ready? Eventually, I stumbled upon a lot of articles that talked about the mental toll that thru hiking takes. With all the other planning going on, most people overlook mental preparation. This is the first and most common mistake. Any successful thru hiker will tell you it's not enough to just be physically fit. You also have to strengthen your mind. The Appalachian Trail doesn't care how expensive your gear is or how athletic you are. You're going to have to hike on days that you really don't want to. And at a certain point, you are always going to be uncomfortable in some way or another. Being able to push past that threshold of pain and continue hiking anyway, that's what gets you to the other end of the trail, and most people underestimate that. Now, the second most common mistake is packing too heavily. The average thru hiker's pack weighs about 20 to 25 pounds. This is what you're going to be carrying on your back every day. Now, while it's important to have everything you need, it's common to overpack things like clothes, food, and water. Nearby towns are never more than a few days hike away with access to gas stations and groceries for restocking, so you don't have to carry everything all at once. The third most common mistake hikers make is their budgeting. While even novice hikers know to save money for gear, travel expenses for drop-offs and pickups, food restocking, and the occasional stay in town, many hikers find that they've spent way more money than they thought they would within the first 50 miles. Inclement weather is going to take you off the trail and into hotel rooms way more often than expected, and you can guarantee you are going to be restocking on much more than food through your hike. The average thru hiker goes through 5 pairs of boots on the Appalachian Trail, as well as various other gear like ripped tents or worn-out socks. So now that we know some of the most common mistakes, let's go over some helpful tips on how to properly prepare for the Appalachian Trail. To get your body ready to walk for 6 months, you're going to want to start some sort of workout regimen. It could be cardio, circuit, or resistance training. It doesn't matter. Anything that's going to get you active. You should also start taking overnight or weekend hikes. Choose more strenuous trails with rougher terrain to get yourself ready for the harder parts of the hike. It's recommended that you practice with a pack to get your body used to carrying weight on your trip. Another good tip is to have a purpose. Why do you want to hike the trail? Why is it important to you that you complete the trail? Having a purpose and remembering your purpose is going to get you through those times that you're really going to want to give up. And reminding yourself beforehand that parts of this trail are going to be very painful and not very fun is another great way to mentally prepare. Lastly, you need gear. Without the proper gear, you are sure to fail. The Recreational Equipment Incorporation, as well as various backpacking forums, give lists of all the essentials. So first, you need a pack to carry everything else. Now, on a smaller section hike, a small pack like this one is going to carry your immediate essentials, like snacks, water, and sunscreen. On a thru hike, on the other hand, you're going to want something with a solid inner frame and a capacity of about 40 to 65 liters. You should try out a couple different kinds to see what's most comfortable for your body type. You're going to need shelter. Carry a small tent or a hammock depending on weather and your personal preference. Sleeping bags and pads should be lightweight, compactable, and waterproof in case of inclement weather. As for clothing, it's recommended that you layer to take some of the weight off of your pack. And never wear cotton because it retains moisture and it doesn't wick it away, which leaves you susceptible to hypothermia in cold, wet conditions. Now, footwear will make or break you. Here, we have a simple pair of sneakers that have seen their fair share of the Appalachian Trail, albeit in many short bursts. Here, we have a certified pair of hiking boots. And the main difference you're going to see between these two pairs of shoes is ankle support. The boots are going to save you from rolling and spraining anything when you're on that really rocky terrain. And they're waterproof, which will protect your feet and socks from getting soaked and causing athlete's foot. Seasoned hikers suggest that you buy a pair of boots that are a half to a full size larger to account for foot swelling and space for your toes. Water purification is vital on the trail. You don't want to weigh down your pack by overpacking water, but you also can't just drink from streams and creeks on the trail as you risk serious illness. Having a water purifying bottle or straw ensures that you will have clean, drinkable water anytime you need it. First aid kits and simple hygiene products will protect you from illness and infection, so keep those handy. And finally, an Appalachian Trail guidebook is essential to navigating your trail. Now, the trail is marked with white blazes all the way from Georgia to Maine, but a guidebook has important information on shelters, campgrounds, and nearby towns. And this will help you plan your route day to day, and it'll tell you where the nearest assistance is in case of an emergency. So in conclusion, the Appalachian Trail is serious business. While improper planning can cause people to just give up and go home, it can also cause serious injury, illness, and in some cases even death. But with the right plan, the right gear, and the proper training for body and mind, anyone with enough drive can hike the entire Appalachian Trail. Thank you.